Picture this: a man, alone, in total darkness, grabs hold of something, and he does not let go. He wrestles through the night. His body is breaking, his strength is fading, but still he refuses. He will not let go. This is one of the most mysterious, intense, and life-changing moments in all of Scripture. Tonight, we are going deep into the night Jacob refused to let go. And trust me, by the end of this, you will never see Jacob or yourself the same way again. To understand what happened that night, you need to understand where Jacob was coming from. Jacob was a man running from his past, running from his mistakes, and running from his brother Esau, who wanted him dead. See, Jacob had stolen his brother's birthright. He tricked his father Isaac. He lied. He manipulated. And for years, he carried that guilt like a weight chained to his soul. He was clever. He was cunning, but he was not at peace. After years of running, years of hiding, God finally told Jacob it was time to go back to the land of his fathers, back to face Esau, and that is when the fear set in. Jacob sent messengers ahead to Esau, and what did those messengers come back with? News that Esau was coming with 400 men, armed, ready. Jacob's heart must have dropped to the ground. So, Jacob did what any leader would do. He split his people into two groups. If Esau attacks one group, the other survives. He prayed desperately to God, and then he waited, alone, on the other side of the river. And this is where everything changes, because in the middle of that dark, lonely night, a stranger appeared, out of nowhere, no warning, no explanation, just a man standing there, waiting. And then this stranger attacked Jacob. They wrestled right there in the dark, in the middle of the night. Jacob had no idea who this man was, but one thing Jacob knew: he was not going to lose. If this story is gripping you right now, and trust me, it's about to get even more intense, hit that subscribe button. Don't miss what comes next. This is the moment that changed Jacob's life forever. The wrestling went on, hour after hour. Jacob was exhausted. His body ached, every muscle screaming at him to stop. But he held on. He held on with everything he had, because something deep inside him told him this fight mattered. And then the stranger did something Jacob never expected. He struck Jacob's hip. One move, one strike, and Jacob's hip was dislocated. The pain was unimaginable. Jacob stumbled. He could barely stand. But did he let go? No. He grabbed on even tighter. Now here is where it gets deep. The stranger, realizing the sun was about to rise, asked Jacob to let go. "Release me," he said. And Jacob, broken, bleeding, in agony, looked at this man and said, "I will not release you unless you bless me." And then the stranger asked Jacob just one question: "What is your name?" Jacob said, "Jacob." And in that moment, the stranger revealed something that shook Jacob to his very core. Your name will no longer be Jacob. It will be Israel. Israel, the name that would define a nation, a people, a legacy that would last thousands of years. And Jacob, now Israel, received it not from a throne, not from a palace, but from a muddy riverbank, in the dark, while broken. But who was this stranger? Scripture doesn't give us a name, but the clues are powerful. Some scholars believe it was God himself. Others say it was an angel. But what is certain, this was no ordinary man. This was a divine encounter, face to face with heaven. So what is the lesson here? Jacob was broken. He was scared. He was a man full of flaws and failures. And yet, in his darkest moment, he did not give up. He held on. And because he held on, God changed him completely. Maybe you are in your own dark night right now. Maybe you are wrestling with something: doubt, pain, failure, fear. But here's what the story of Israel teaches us. Don't let go. Hold on, because the blessing might be closer than you think. Stay strong. Stay faithful. God is still in the fight with you.